Hi everybody, could you use some good news? Well, let's start with this. Doctors in Paris have implanted the first long-term artificial heart in a human patient. Previous artificial hearts, like the famous Jarvik 7, were typically used as temporary life extenders until the patient could receive a transplant. This new device, created by French biomedical company Carmat, is intended to be more permanent. Its designers made it to last 5 years. The Carmat artificial heart is powered by lithium batteries that are worn externally. It's a little heavy currently. It weighs 3 times as much as an average healthy human heart, but the researchers at Carmat are working to make it smaller and lighter so it can fit more of the hundreds of thousands of men and women around the world suffering from heart defects that require a transplant. Next up, scientists have reversed signs of aging in mice, and using the same technique, they might someday be able to do the same thing in humans. Many symptoms of aging are linked to mitochondria, organelles that produce energy and play an important role in controlling the life cycles of cells. It has been widely believed that mutations in mitochondria are responsible for signs of aging, but a new study carried out by researchers at Harvard Medical School, the National Institute on Aging, and the University of New South Wales suggests that the signs of aging are instead caused by a breakdown in communication between the mitochondria and the cell nucleus. This communication breaks down with age as levels of a chemical called NAD drop within the cell. The researchers were able to restore this disrupted communication by increasing the level of NAD in mice and succeeded in reversing symptoms of aging in mice who received treatment early enough. NAD is used by a gene designated SIRT1 to block a molecule called HIF1 from interfering in communication between the mitochondria and the nucleus. That same HIF1 molecule also plays an important role in cancer growth, which means this study might prove significant not only in ameliorating the symptoms of aging, but in cancer research as well. And finally, Christmas is upon us once again, and what do you get for the person who has everything? Well, in the future, perhaps even nearer than we might think, one possibility could be an invisibility cloak. Why the hell would any sane parent want to give their children a device capable of rendering them undetectable? Let's leave that perfectly sensible question aside for the sake of our discussion and focus instead on the scientific principles underlying invisibility, which have been described by Martin McCall, a professor at Imperial College London, and published in the journal Contemporary Physics. The most promising method for achieving invisibility is the theoretically sound but untested technique of transformation optics. This technique involves the manipulation of a specially engineered metamaterial to deform electromagnetic fields. According to the principles of transformation optics, once the necessary materials and technology are perfected, and don't look for that to happen tomorrow, though researchers are working on this, a convincing effect of invisibility should be achievable. So the science is there, very possibly. Once the technology catches up, you can add invisibility cloak to your Christmas list under lightsaber and flying car, though we'll probably still be waiting on those jetpacks. The first long-term artificial heart is implanted, a treatment to possibly reverse the signs of aging is successfully tested, and a scientific paper is published laying out the principles that could one day lead to an invisibility cloak. That's the good news. Happy Christmas. Can you say Happy Christmas to the people?